coffee and food ASAP. So, as you guys can see from the title of this vlog, this is a day in isolation. I actually got COVID. I've got to laugh at this point. I'm nearing the end of my isolation now. I feel like filming a video when I actually had COVID at the start of my isolation would have just been too much. So I kind of waited a little bit until the symptoms passed. Thankfully, I got them really mild, I'm double jabbed, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. I basically had 4 or 5 days at the start of my isolation period where I had really blocked sinuses, and I lost my sense of smell for a couple of days, and then I had a really bad cough, basically sounded like I smoked a pack a day. But other than that, I had no symptoms, so I, to be honest, was pretty okay. I still managed to work out, typical me, still managed to work out even when I had those symptoms, whereas they passed after 4 or 5 days, and now I'm just sort of chilling. To be honest, the isolation hasn't been that bad, and then I've just sort of kept busy with making YouTube videos and doing little jobs in the house. Obviously, I've only just really come back from basic, and I'm trying to catch up from all the jobs that I had to do when I was away. Yeah, so I've kind of been thankfully quite busy at the laptop doing little jobs. I feel like the 2 hardest things I found for isolation were the lack of routine, because it's so easy to just wake up when you want, go to bed when you want. So it was really weird, I guess, this week to try and get motivated every morning and wake up and sit at the desk and have a to-do list, because it just feels really pointless. And the second thing, cardio. I've missed running so much. I've just had to replace it with burpees and HIIT workouts, and it's not the same. I am dying to go for a run. So when I get out of this isolation period, the first thing I'm going to do when I wake up in the morning is go for a run. That sounds so sad, but that's where I'm at. Honestly, I can feel my fitness standard just slowly dropping, because it's been 10 days of nothing really. But anyway, on one of my last days in isolation, I thought I would vlog it and just show you guys what my days have been looking like, albeit this is probably going to be one of the more productive ones because I feel pretty good today and I've got a lot of stuff to do. So right now I'm just gonna have my smoothie that you guys saw me make. This is typically what I'd have in the morning, either this or a pastry, but I literally don't have much food in, and I need to go shopping, but I'm just waiting to be able to go rather than do an online order. Yeah, and I'm gonna have this and read the news. I haven't read the news in a few days, so it's gonna be a half an hour job of catching up all of my briefings for the last few days. I basically use the Financial Times, the Times, the Week, the Guardian, and then the Guardian Business. So I get them all emailed to me every single day, and then I just read through all the briefings. That's pretty much all I'm doing at the moment. This is all kind of preemptive Sandhurst prep at the moment, just getting into the news, not reading it on a really, really deep level, because when I'm actually seriously going to be prepping for Sandhurst and I've got briefing dates and all of that lined up, then I'm going to be making crib sheets of all the news and what that means for multiple parties and stakeholders and stuff, so you can really understand what the news stories are and the implications of them. But right now I'm just sort of just reading it, digesting it, moving on. We're not going to go into that much of a deep level because we're months away, I feel from that at the moment. Okay, so news has been read, emails have been done, and then I've planned a few dates for next week when I'm finally out of isolation, for when I want to go into London and film certain things for YouTube. So now I'm basically wrapping up the YouTube work, and I'm just going to plan a Q&A. So I want to do a Q&A on basic training. When I came back from basic training, I went on my Instagram, which I'll link here, which is basically where I post if I'm not posting on YouTube. And I asked you guys what you would want to know about basic training. So I do have quite a few questions, and I'm basically now going through all of these questions. There's literally about 90 of them and just figuring out what are the most common ones, and I think some of these will be videos in themselves. Yeah, the common ones I can string in together in a video, maybe the top 15 is basically what I'm trying to filter through now, and then I'll film that Q&A probably tomorrow. And there is the complete list. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be up before that one, so I guess you can call that a little sneak preview. Now, workout time, I suppose, so I can actually have a shower and like look mildly presentable for myself in isolation. So I've just finished my warm-up. I do like a 6 to 7 minute mobility warm-up. You can literally find it on the Army's PTI YouTube page, I believe. So now I'm actually going to get into the workout. I'll put on screen here like what I'm going to do. A friend of mine recommended this to me, so I was like, I feel like I'm tempted to give it a go. And especially like these days in isolation, I'm running out of new and exciting workouts to do indoors, because there's only so many times you can do like AMRAPs and like dumbbell sets and HIIT before you're like, come on, I can't do it again today. So yes, there's a new one, haven't tried this before. Let's see how long it takes me. This is the halfway point. So it's gone 20, 15, 10 to 5, and now it's going from 5, 10, 15, 20. Burpees and COVID don't mix. Oh my God. That's a hard workout. That is hard. Workout done in 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Not bad. Obviously that's excluding the 2-minute break. I'm so exhausted. I need a minute and then I'm going for a shower. But I would really recommend that workout. Obviously if the reps are too low, ump them up. If they're too high, lower them down. Add more rest time. Change the moves. That was exhausting. I blame that on the burpees completely. So I've had the shower and now I just want to make lunch. I mean, it's a late lunch at this point. Got everything laid out. I'm gonna make paprika and chili chicken, and then I'm gonna do some onion and red pepper, put it in a wrap. C'est magnifique, really easy, quick food. I'm literally just gonna go and watch the new Guy Ritchie film with Jason Statham now, so see you in 2 hours. So, just settling into bed now. It's literally like 8:30. It's quite early. And I'm just gonna read. This is how I spend pretty much most of my evenings. I'll either have a bath and read, or get in bed and read. Very exciting in isolation, I know, but it's actually given me a really good like chance to get back into reading, because when I was at university, obviously I've got to read like hundreds of pages a week for my course. So the last thing I'd ever want to do would be to read for fun. So now I'm not really doing uni so much. I'm trying to like get back into reading for fun, and I've read a few books in the last few months, but I'm trying to like get back into at least reading like 2 books a month. I feel like that's a good target for me, 2 books a month. I probably will not, like as soon as life picks up, like that will be impossible, but yeah, it's going well so far. So at the moment I'm just finishing off Boy Erased. This is hands down one of the best books I read in such a long time. I've been trying to read at least 50 pages a night, and there have been some nights where I've just read like 150 because I've just been so into it. I basically read like 3/4 of this book in the space of like 3 or 4 days. I haven't really been able to put it down. Every night I've been like, I want to read, which is very rare for me, because I feel like I don't know whether it's because the books I've read just haven't been that gripping for me, or whether I don't really give myself enough time each evening to read, so then I only end up reading like 20 pages and then you can't really get into a book like that. Because I have a really bad habit of reading like 200 pages of a book, putting it down, and then 6 months later finishing it off, and then you're like, meh, because you just haven't really like been able to really involve yourself in that world of whatever the book's about. Whereas this, I've just really been into it every night, so would very much recommend, and I'm really excited to actually watch the film as well, because I know the film's meant to be really good, and I quite like reading books that have then been adapted into films, because it's like, you get 2 for the price of 1. So yeah, I've got about 80 pages left to go. So this is what I'm going to be doing this evening. I've got my hot chocolate here, so I'm pretty set. This is. I feel middle-aged, but I'm loving life. What can I say? Isolation is aging me by the day. So I finished my reading session for this evening. Ended up doing about 60-70 pages, so Didn't finish the book, got about 30 left, which will be tomorrow's job. So now it's about 10 o'clock and I'm off to bed. So I hope you enjoyed spending the day with me in isolation. It's kind of been weird filming it actually. It's almost like I'm actually talking to someone, so it's made it less lonely. Oh god, that sounds so sad. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I feel like I want to definitely do more vlogs because I miss doing these. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!